I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you a test question on quadratic equations. Now this is a thinking question. The question here is, find all possible equations of a graph that meets the following conditions. We are given three conditions. Passes through a point 2, 6. Let's call this point A, which is 2, 6. Congruent to 2x squared plus x minus 5. Now that means what? So when we say congruent to, that means exactly same. It should overlap, right? Should kind of overlap, right? It could be displaced here and there. Now that becomes a parabola. Now this is how you have to think. So a parabola could be written as y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. Now since it is congruent to this graph, it has to be y equals to 2x squared plus bx plus c. It could be plus 2 or minus 2. That is important to understand, since even if you flip it upside down, it will be congruent, right? So that is what we gather from the second statement. So the second statement gives you all this information. Okay, now let's look into the third statement, which is same y-intercept as this parabola. So let's find y-intercept for the second parabola. Y-intercept means x equals to 0. Now if I write some equation like y equals to x minus 1 times x plus 4 and substitute x equals to 0, I get y equals to 0 minus 1 times 0 plus 4, which is minus 4. And therefore, I get my y-intercept. Let me call this point as B. So point B will be x value of 0, y value of minus 4. Do you get it? So from the second condition, the third condition, we get this information, right? So when we know that y-intercept is 0, in equation C represents y-intercept. So that value is minus 4. Do you see that? If I write 0, 0, you get y equals to C. Does make sense to you? Correct? And therefore, we can now write our equation as y equals to plus minus 2x squared plus bx minus 4. Do you see that? So that becomes kind of partial equation which we need to work with. Now to find the value of b, what can we do? Well, we'll work with this equation y equals to plus minus 2x squared plus bx minus 4, and we are still left a point which is a 2, 6. So that means we are looking for a parabola which passes through this point and which has this equation. So 1 point, 1 unknown, we can easily solve it. Does make sense to you? So let's substitute. So if I substitute 2 for x and 6 for y, I get 6 equals to plus minus 2 times 2 squared plus bx minus 4, which is 6 equals to plus minus. Now this is 4 times 2 is 8. I should have written 2 here also, plus 2b, right? Since x equals to 2, right? Minus 4. So that gives me 6. Let me write plus 4 equals to plus minus 8 plus 2b. 2b, right? So that is the equation. Or let me write this as 10 minus plus 8 equals to twice b. So we get an equation to find b. So clearly b can have two values. So let's solve for these two values now. So b could be equal to, let me use another ink. So b could be equal to, if I do 8, 10 minus 8, I get 2, right? So if I do 10 minus 8, divide by 2, this is 1. Or b equals to 10 plus 8 divide by 2. So these are the two values possible, correct? Divide by 2. We want what b is. So that gives you 10 minus 8 is 2, 2 divided by 2 is 1, 10 plus 8 is 18, divided by 2 is 9. So we get two different equations. So now we get our equation, and the answer is y equals 2. If I use plus, right? If I use plus, it becomes minus. So if I use plus, it becomes, you have to be careful about this part. If I use plus, it becomes minus here. So if I use 10 minus, I get 1. Do you see that? So with 2x squared, I get b as 1. You should do separately, right? I have really done complicated. And if I do minus 2x squared, then we get 9 as the value of b, minus 4. The area is test. So let us check. So let's check our answer. That's better. If I substitute 2 here, what do I get? So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 plus 2, 10. 10 minus 4, 6. Yes, I do get. So I checked that for x equals to 2, y equals to 6. So this is correct. Is it okay? I don't have to test the other one. That should be correct. You have seen how we can find two different equations for the given conditions. I hope you appreciate what we have done in this video. Feel free to write your comments, share your views, and if you like and subscribe my videos, that'll be great. Thank you and all the best.